Hi everybody, Melanie Cobley here with Endorphin Junkies, Release Your Endorphins. So yesterday I did a short live about finding balance through nature, and it was resetting your biological clock, or your internal clock rather, finding your circadian rhythm and kind of using nature to reset that. So today I'm going to talk about using nature to help with dealing with stress and anxiety. Not that it's a solution to it. If you're feeling those things, by all means, you need to go see your doctor. This is just something I like to do when I'm feeling particularly overwhelmed. So I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was probably putting in about 60 hours worth of work at my day job, and every week. We had some big projects that I was working on, and et cetera, et cetera. And I was feeling really, really stressed and overwhelmed by everything. And my husband asked me if I wanted to go with him and somebody that he knew that was going out and clearing part of the North Country Trail. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. I need to stay home, and I need to clean, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I need to do laundry. And I probably rattled off about 50 different things that I needed to do within a minute. And he just looked at me, and his eyes were like, okay. So he let me be. He didn't push it. But then Friday came later in the week, and he goes to me that he says, I think you should go with us Saturday. And again, I was like, no, I can't. I got all these things I need to do. I got all this stuff around the house I need to get caught up on. There's some stuff from work that I need to do still. And he just says, honey, it'll be there tomorrow. The housework, it will be there tomorrow. Just come with us. And my husband is very OCD about having a clean house and laundry and all of that stuff. So like if anything's out of place, it drives him insane. So when he told me that, it'll be there tomorrow, come with us, hiking through the woods for the day, don't worry about it. I was like, maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need a minute. So I did go with them, and I had only intended to spend part of the day. I took the dogs with me, and my intention was to just take the dogs for a couple miles and turn around and head back home. But once I got out there and was walking through the woods, and I went ahead of my husband and his friend who were cutting fallen trees down and clearing the path. So I went ahead of them for, I don't know, I probably went a good mile ahead of them. And that really gave me a lot of quiet time and time to reflect on, sorry, I don't know where my dogs went. Oh, there they are. So they just gave me quiet time. It was just my dogs and I and the birds singing. And it was peaceful and calm. There's no cell phone service out in the woods. So I didn't have my phone with me. I had it turned off. And it's almost like meditative being out in the woods like that. Just walking on the trail, listening to nature, listening to the trees rustle and the birds chirp and sing at you. There's some streams along the way that were really pretty, and taking in all of the beautiful landscape. There's some really big boulders out that way where we were at. So it was just a really nice day spent in the woods. We were out there for like 8 hours and clearing the trail, putting a little work in. The dogs and I did a little running back and forth even. And so for me, that's like a meditative thing, going out in the woods, or even just sitting outside in the fresh air where it's quiet, you don't have distractions, and you can be at peace in your mind, and you can just reflect on everything, and it helps put things into perspective. So that is my take on how nature helps relieve anxiety and stress. And every time I feel that way, I want to go out into the woods and go for a hike. I want to be out in nature. Or I'll just come out. I'm fortunate enough, I live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm surrounded by the trees, so I can just come outside, and I'll sit on our porch or my picnic table where I'm at right now and just reflect upon everything and use it as an opportunity to pretty much meditate. So I'll do a couple of things when I'm out hiking like that. I think about all of the things that I need to do, all of the things that I need to get done during the day, both at my day job, this job, at home, my personal life, trying to spend time with my family and putting everything into a schedule. And so all of those things just constantly, like, they run through your mind at first, but then I just say, you know what, you just gotta take it one step at a time, take one thing at a time and focus on it. So I usually start with the things that work that I need to get done. And when I think about those things, immediately I feel overwhelmed because there's so much. But when you really stop to think about it, if you break things down into steps and break those big projects down into smaller pieces, it's not so bad. And typically, there's a lot of pieces of those projects that you can find somebody to help you with. In the area I work, we rely a lot on volunteers, so that's an option that I can use. I can say, hey, I need a volunteer to help me with this. Or, oh, hey, one of your staff members doesn't have something to do during this time. Could they help me with this? And then in my head, I'm like, oh, it's okay, because now these chunks of this project I can have help with. And so, like, that says to me, okay, now I can find help with these things. That frees up my schedule. I don't have to work 60 hours this week to get this stuff done, right? Or 50 hours, or, I don't have to work overtime to get these things done. I can find help. I can utilize the resources that are within my grasp at work. So that immediately frees up time for me to spend doing projects for this business, for the endorphin junkies. So I try to break even these things down into smaller tasks and smaller projects. Now, I'm taking a course through Who Knows a Guy Fitness that is helping me with the marketing side of everything and kind of helping me get my website and everything put together. So that's why you're seeing a lot of me this month. It's a really, really great resource, and he's really pushes us to put ourselves out there, which is what I'm doing today. I'm sharing with you guys a way that I manage my stress and anxiety, aside from just exercise. Because, let's face it, not every day you're going to want to go do a 45-minute workout or an hour-long workout or go running or whatever. So I use being in nature a lot to help me manage my stress and anxiety. Anyhow, so like I said, I take the opportunity while I'm out there, and I don't have distractions. I don't have phone calls, my phone's not going off, I'm not getting messages, I'm not getting interrupted, and I break everything down into manageable processes. So that's what helps me deal with everything. And by doing that, then I realize, oh, these areas I can get help with. Or I can say to my husband, honey, I need help, more help with the housework than what I'm getting. Can you help me? And he never says no. He's always fine with it. And he also is really great at pushing me to take care of myself. So he understands, which is nice. Now, if you don't have somebody in your life like that, that can make things a little bit more challenging for you. I suggest, if you don't have somebody that's supportive in your life that will help you manage your stress and anxiety and the crap that life throws at you sometimes, get out there and find somebody, find a friend that can help you, that it will be there for you, that will listen. It's amazing what just one person can do when they just listen to you. But anyhow, so, therefore, when you free up your time, like at work, and you use the resources that you have available to you, now I have more free time to spend with my family. I can tell my mom, yeah, we'll come over for dinner on Sunday. I'd love to. And not feel stressed out because I have laundry and housework to do, and I have this leering project hanging over my head at work. So those are the things that typically we all go through in life. We all have time management things that we have to deal with, and we all have all of these a lot of times we have big projects or tasks at work that we have to do, and a lot of times they have deadlines. So I'm not so much talking about time management as I am finding a way to help deal with the stress and anxiety that comes along with those things. For me, like I said, that is being in nature, going outside and just meditating, even being mindful of my breathing, focusing on that. Like once I go through all these processes in my head and realize, okay, you know what? These are all manageable things. I can do these things. It's not as overwhelming as I'm making it out to be. Then I start to say, you know what? Okay, I need to clear my mind of these things and relax. So that's where the mindful meditation comes in for me. You just focus on something other than your thoughts. So I like to start by just focusing on my breathing. I focus on breathing in and breathing out. I focus on the smells that come along with it, especially when I'm outside. I focus on the fresh air and how it feels entering my body. And when those thoughts start coming to your mind, and they will, I just gently say no and refocus. You just refocus on your breathing, or if you don't want to focus on breathing, I mean, you can focus on the sound of the birds singing or the sound of a stream running. Any of those things will work. Even the rustling of the leaves will work. So give it a try sometime. If you live in the city and you don't have the woods in your backyard, it's not quite as peaceful, but go to a park and you can sit on a bench. There's some great meditation apps out there that you could even try. I don't really know any. One of my friends likes to use an app called Calm, and that might be helpful for some of you. But just being outside in nature itself has a calming effect on your body and your spirit. And it also has a calming effect on, like a neutralizing effect on the negative energies that your body absorbs throughout the day. I don't know if you've ever come across somebody that is just in the foulest mood, and if they even walk by you, like you just all of a sudden you just have this negative vibe and you feel negative just from being around that person. Because our bodies absorb energy from everything that surrounds us. And nature helps dissipate those negative energies. At least for me, it does. So being out, like even if you go to a park, like I said, and you sit on a bench or you bring a blanket with you and you sit in the grass, just take some time once in a while when you're feeling overwhelmed and really stressed. Sit in the sunshine for a while. Get outside and absorb the sounds of nature. Let them clear your mind, refresh your energy, renew your spirit. And if that doesn't work for you, then I'm sorry. I know that this is what works for me, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I truly believe that nature is one of the best medicines that we can use, and it is all around us, and it's readily available, and it's free. So I hope that you guys have gained some insight here. If you have any questions or want to share any of your experiences, feel free to post, make a comment. I would love to hear from you. I'll be typing up a blog just to recap our live session today and posting that later on. Tomorrow I am going to be doing a series on, it'll go along the lines with finding balance in nature also. I don't know exactly what the topic will be yet. Today was a really long and bad day, so I will let you guys know what tomorrow's topic will be later on tonight. I hope you all have had a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.